Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, and a very good morning. Welcome to this year's PRAXIS Public Policy Conference. This gathering has, over the years, evolved into a crucible for bold ideas, a forum for critical discourse, and a safe space where the contours of our common future are examined with honesty and candor. In the realm of public policy, we are confronted daily by a torrent of headlines and commentary that reflect a fragmented world. Nations that once championed multilateralism and rules-based order are now actively unraveling the very institutions that they built. The frameworks that have long governed trade, commerce, and sustainable development are beginning to erode. Commitments that once held both states and corporations accountable for their environmental impact are being quietly reversed. Across the globe, the specter of economic volatility, social dislocation, and political unrest grows more and more visible. In the face of such turbulence, only the most resilient can resist the temptations of pessimism. Yet, we must persist. We cannot afford to remain idle. On the contrary, these fractures serve as a call for Malaysia to reconsider and recalibrate our place within an evolving global landscape. In other words, it may well be a moment for Malaysia to step forward with confidence. Malaysia is growing in strength and stature. Our economy is gaining momentum. Our institutions are becoming more capable and our society more stable. As chair of ASEAN, Malaysia holds both the opportunity and the obligation to provide steady and visionary leadership for the region. As Antonio Gramsci once observed, and I quote, "The old world is dying, and the new world is struggling to be born. Now is the time of monsters," unquote. This was a warning that periods of upheaval often give rise to dangerous forces. History has affirmed the truth of this exhortation, yet along such perils, we must also discern the space for renewal, for creativity, and for transformation. In this vein, Malaysia today, under the vibrant leadership of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, possesses the agency to help shape the contours of a new normal. This includes the evolving norms of trade, sustainability, and connectivity within our region and beyond. It is a chance to deepen our economic and physical linkages and to embed ourselves more fully within the fabric of regional and global cooperation. This is, in essence, is what we seek to explore through this year's theme, From Fracture to Future. It is both a provocation and an invitation to reflect on Malaysia's evolving role in the world and to ask with clarity, purpose, and ambition. How do we convert today's global fractures into tomorrow's opportunities? And at this critical juncture, what shape or form should a more confident and outward-looking Malaysia assume? Distinguished guests, friends and colleagues, ISIS Malaysia has, for over 4 decades, remained steadfast in its mission to provide rigorous research, insightful analysis, and well-calibrated policy recommendations on both domestic and international issues of strategic significance. Our work is grounded in the belief that informed, data-driven policy making is the cornerstone of national progress. Our flagship international event, the Asia-Pacific Roundtable, as many of you would know, continues to be impactful, convening distinguished voices from across the globe. This year's edition, held just recently in June, was met with exceptional enthusiasm and attracted robust participation from Malaysia and abroad. Equally significant is our work on domestic policy, which since 2011 has been anchored by the PRAXIS Public Policy Conference. PRAXIS has become a platform for engaged dialogue, for critical reflection, and for forward-looking policy innovation, bringing together stakeholders from government, business, civil society, and academia. This year, we once again welcome an exceptional array of participants to examine pressing policy questions through open and vigorous exchange with our team, having worked tirelessly to ensure that the process remains substantive, focused, and inclusive. In the months preceding this conference, we convened multi-stakeholder roundtables to identify the most salient features and issues shaping our national discourse. Today's conference, in fact, represents a midpoint in the broader PRAXIS cycle. The ideas and insights will be distilled and enriched with analytical rigor by our researchers. The result will be a series of concise, actionable policy briefs aimed at informing decision-making and contributing constructively to the national agenda. Each year, we return to the meaning of the word praxis, the act of translating theory into practice. It is our commitment to transform policy conversations into concrete proposals and to ensure that ideas do not end with mere discussions, but continue through effective implementation. I wish to underscore that the fractures we face are not destined for doom. Malaysia possesses both the agency and the ability to shape the future of regional trade, connectivity, and climate. In this gathering of thoughtful and committed minds lies the collective resolve not only to confront the fractures of our time, but also to chart innovative pathways towards renewal, both at home and across the region. Dear friends, I would like to take a moment to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the PRAXIS team. Their relentless dedication has made today's conference possible, as well as the broader yet year-round work that gives the PRAXIS process its depth and significance. Next, to our esteemed speakers and moderators, thank you for generously agreeing to share your time, your expertise, and insights with us today. By engaging with the critical challenges confronting our nation and region, your contributions will undoubtedly enrich the quality of our discussions. To our partners, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung and Sunway Center for Planetary Health, this conference would not have been possible without your steadfast support. On behalf of the entire ISIS Malaysia team, I extend our heartfelt appreciation for your generous contributions. Your commitment has enabled us to deliver a conference of this caliber, and we look forward to continuing this important work in the months ahead. And to our participants, thank you for your attendance and commitment. I sincerely hope that you will remain with us throughout the day and take part in all the sessions which have been thoughtfully curated. Friends and colleagues, it now gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Yang Berhormat Senator Tengku Dato Sri Utama Zafrul Aziz, Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry. Now, since assuming the trade and investment portfolio in 2022, I dare say that you have overseen Malaysia's implementation of the CPTPP and the rollout, more importantly, of the RCEP commitments. Launched the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, attracted a record highest ever 379 billion ringgit in approved investments last year. Now, through hard-fought negotiations, you have also clinched an agreement with Washington that pared back the threatened 25% quote-unquote Liberation Day tariff to 19%, while securing pathways for Malaysia's industrial upgrading, technology transfer, and a deeper integration into critical supply chains. This morning's keynote, stocktake of ASEAN deliverables and Malaysia's trade positioning, I would expect that you will hopefully expound on some of these challenges, as well as on Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanship. I believe that you will also outline Our leadership situates within today's increasingly complex trade landscape and how Malaysia can contribute to shaping the region's future trajectory. In keeping with the spirit of praxis, I hope this exchange will help bridge the gap between policy and practice and between strategic ambition and lived reality. And on that note, I have the single honor, a double privilege of calling on Yang Berhormat Tengku Zafrul to deliver his keynote.